Good evening, welcome to the evening show. My name's Chris Hay, I'll be your host tonight. So guess what? In the news of coronavirus, did you guess? It's still going on, unfortunately. And over the last few months, there have been some very interesting developments when it's come to pandemics in the world. For example, a few months ago, China announced that there was a few confirmed cases of the swine flu that held pandemic potential. That's right, the swine flu, the scourge of 2009 is back. It's 2009 too, Return of the Swine. But any sequel worth its salt needs a bigger budget, more characters, and higher stakes. And this year has not disappointed. The coronavirus was a great start, but it lacks that certain something, that coup de grace, that pinnacle of just general douchery that Mother Nature has against humanity. And a couple months ago, China confirmed that the real big bad wolf, the 2020 version of Thanos, has arrived. That's right. Confirmed cases of the Bubonic Plague, the fucking Black Death, were confirmed in Inner Mongolia. Seriously, this year really has it all. So, I've been holed up in a bunker, and during my quarantine in this super secret, super sanitary, super me area, my bunker, I've had time to think of all sorts of things. I call them my quarantine thoughts. And among my quarantine thoughts are those doomsayers who stand at the edge of street corners, they ring the bell, they yell, "The end is nigh, the end is nigh," and they wear those big signs, kind of like this. My thoughts have turned to the fact that they are now able to actually change those signs to something a little bit more accurate, befitting this year. They can now wear the sign, "The end is nigh." Guess they were right all along, but I don't know if they really want to be right in this case. It's one of those thoughts that, yes, I was right! No! But also during my quarantine, and in my quarantine thoughts, I've had time to think of all the things I miss. The little things that you take for granted. Like, I miss going outside. I miss seeing people. I miss having tan lines that look normal. But one thing that I miss most of all is going out to trendy and unnecessary restaurants and eating all the cutting-edge food that they serve there. The most trendy, the most unnecessary, the most ridiculous foods that you can think of are served at these locations, and they are not necessary. And these are the things that I miss. Because let's be honest, no normal restaurant is willing to serve me a dessert on my hand. No, it's too unsanitary. But come on, I'm a man, and man cannot live on bread alone and wash it down with beer. And being a man of flesh and blood, I miss the excessive. I miss the ridiculous. I miss the unnecessary. So tonight, here are the top 10 ridiculously funny, trendy foods that you did not know you missed until now. Let's start off with number 1. Now, you've been a couch potato this whole time due to the coronavirus locking you into your own home. Now, I think it's a little cruel and a little topical for you to eat a chair potato. Now, you may think that a potato is a potato if it's on a plate, if it's in a bowl, but you'd be wrong. The chair is what matters. The chair is what gives it all of its flavor, especially this chair. It's a wooden chair. Now there you go. You got the flavor, the wood of the oak. I'm getting hankering on for cherry potatoes. Now anyone on this list might think I'm a modern person. I have trouble putting down my phone. There's just so many texts and people to text and talk to and YouTube videos to watch like this show. Now, for those people who have trouble putting down their phones during dinner, I've got the meal for you. Eating your food off of a phone. The only thing I can say about this is it's a little ironic eating a banana off of an apple. Next. Now, on this list, we have damn near everything but the kitchen sink. Except for this next entry, in which case they actually threw in the kitchen sink. Whew. Now, what's the protocol with this? Am I supposed to wash my hands first and then eat? Or do I eat with the dirty hands and then wash my hands in the empty sink? And do they hook up the sink underneath? Is it too much to ask for that? Is it too much to ask that my plate work? These are things you can't know unless you go to these places and eat. Now for the next one. We all know that VHS is kind of a thing of the past. We have DVDs. We have Blu-rays to replace the DVDs and make the DVDs obsolete. And we have video streaming, which basically makes Blu-rays kind of obsolete anyway. But this restaurant found the perfect solution to all this obsolete technology. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? Eating your dinner of The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston. Sounds like a perfect dinner and a show. I will always eat you. Where's everyone going? Why are you clicking away? I don't know talent. Now for this next one. Just think. Back in the Stone Age, the caveman era, the prehistoric. We used to be hunters. We'd go out, we'd hunt, we'd take our spears or our stones, and we'd go out and try to kill a deadly animal. The thrill of the chase, the thrill of the hunt, not knowing who'd come out on top, who'd get to eat and live to see another day. But that's gone. The modern age does not afford us such experiences. At restaurants, you're just given the food dead and cooked, and there's just no challenge in it. This restaurant wanted to think differently. Good luck getting your food off of that. That's a rat trap. You gotta eat carefully, otherwise you'll snap. And you're gonna have to not ask for seconds. Ooh, that looks like it could hurt. Now, for this next one. The only thing I can say about this is I want to eat from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I want to eat the steak past the ketchup. I'll have a second helping, please. I want to eat from the beautiful chandelier. Thank you. Number 7. Now, I know that some people out there like Mexican food, and you might be one of them. You might think, is there something trendy for me? For the modern Mexican food eater, I got you covered. Try eating your food out of a sombrero. Bonus points if it was used. Now, the key to this dish is that you have to eat it all before you put the hat on. All I can say is salsa is not easy to get out of your hair. Number 8. Now, this is what happens when IKEA opens a restaurant. Now I know why my meal took so long. They had to build the plate, and for some reason my food still came with extra parts. And I don't know where they go. But it was delicious. Now, this next one. This is what happens when the waitress asks you, what do you want to eat? And you say, yes. Like, kudos for them to get everything into a cup. And for you and me, maybe you've got that, friend who's into all those trendy diets like the glass diet or the cup diet, where you only ingest things that come out of a glass or cup. Now, they may think that you went to this restaurant for your diet and that you got this very healthy juice. But you and I will know the truth. And finally, number 10, the cream of the cream, the creme de la creme, if you will. The absolute pinnacle of this list. Let's just look at it right now. Just look at it. Looking at this dish gets me right here. Makes me think of a song. Makes me think of a little musical number that this reminds me of.